Now here's a shot that brings fear into all golfers, even those who play on the European Tour, I can assure you. A bare lie on a slight downslope. A tough shot to play, but more psychological than perhaps physical. Let's run through what we need to do to actually play this shot successfully and to guarantee at least some sort of fairly successful outcome, if not perfect golf shot. First of all, we have to take account of that hard bare lie that ball's sitting on. It's not going to be possible to use a wedge with a lot of bounce or too broad a sole. So in this instance, I'm using a mid wedge, a 52 degrees of loft. I could choose a 48, but because of the downslope, I need that little bit of loft to give me control and to give me a little more confidence. That way, that club now can cut into that hard turf and at least get that ball moving towards the hole. In setting up, it really prepares me to play this shot correctly. I'm going to move that ball quite a considerable way back in my stance. I don't necessarily need a wide stance at this point, just wide enough to keep my balance. But the ball must be positioned nearer to the right foot than it is the center of the stance with this particular shot. So I'm moving in here. The club face is square, but you can see one of the secrets of the shot here is that I've got this shaft quite a long way forward. My hands actually are centered to my body. My body is well forward of the ball. So I've taken some loft off. I've removed 52 degrees of loft, and in effect, I now have about 48. So my 52 wedge has become a 48 wedge. But the good news is the leading edge, the cutting part of my club, is now in a position it can dig in and get that ball moving correctly. Ball divot, ball turf. My head is positioned in front of the ball, and I'm comfortable in my stance. Again, I've gripped down the handle of the club to give me more control. I need really a relatively short, sharp action in my golf swing here. So when I take the club away from the ball, I'm not really going to swing with a big turn of my body. I'm going to basically just pick the club up with my hands and arms, and I'm going to allow my wrist to have a slight wrist break, allowing me to deliver that club steeply on the ball. From this angle, the club is coming up just ever so slightly straighter back. It's not going so much inside as normal because I'm not turning as much. So it becomes slightly a pickup in the backswing. But a word of warning, it is not excessive. It is not just a lift of the club. That won't work. You won't control the flight of the ball and the control when it rolls on the green. So from here, I turn slightly and I set the club up. The main thing here now is downswing. I must turn onto the shot and drive the club down into the back of the ball, and in this case, on down that slope slightly. So it's turn to the target, at the same time allowing the club to come down at a steep angle of attack and follow that slope and drive it forward. My follow through will be slightly shorter than normal, but the club still remains in front of me. That triangle is still there at the end of the swing. My weight will be mainly on my forward foot. My right foot is just keeping me balanced and allowing me to maintain control of my body so that I don't fall forward or exaggerate any movements. The pace is crisp, as I said, there, there. And you can see there's a little bit of a hit there at the bottom. The rest now is down to trust and belief that all I need to do is execute that as I did my practice swing. The ball will come out lower. It must come out lower because of the slope and because I've de-lofted the club. And also because I've played that short, sharp, crisp action, which we talked about previously in the lesson, that would create a lower running shot.